Hi everybody, I'm Amira. This is Same Same But Different, and I'm joined today with Richard.
What did you get me into?
You got candy out of it,
Well,
Richard.
you gave me candy.
Yeah, bribery.
I'm easy.
Important.
My name is Richard. I'm from Denmark. I was born and raised in Denmark. I'm a tattoo artist.
No.
My mother is from Sri Lanka and my dad is Danish.
Wow.
So yes.
Okay, and have you had like contact with the Sri Lankan culture as well?
I have. We used to go a lot for holidays there.
Okay. All right. When did you know that you wanted to be a tattoo artist?
I always drew kind of tattoo designs and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I never had in mind that I would be ever a tattoo artist. And I met some people at a tattoo shop in front of my school. These guys told me, why didn't you come here and work at the tattoo shop? So I was shop attendant in the tattoo shop. And little by little, at that time, you didn't have customized design or anything. It was just flash-based design. So you go into a tattoo shop and you say, I want that tattoo.
Really?
Yeah, you have them all exposed, and that's how it always has been, like very traditional. So you have books, or you have like a flash on the wall, and you go and say, I want that tattoo. And they bang on and tattooing, that was it. And I'm a very curious person, so I would kind of ask people, because I like to know the history of people. So I would ask people, so why are you getting this tattoo in blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, for my family member, blah, blah, blah. And they're kind of getting some Black Panther crawling up the back of somebody. It was like, it make no sense. So I said, why don't you do something more related to that? Yeah, but nobody draws it. So little by little, I started doing the drawings for the tattoo artists, or for the clients, and then for the tattoo artists. And they asked me, don't you want to try? And I said, no, not really.
Really?
Yeah, it's the first time, because I'm kind of busy with my own stuff.
Yeah.
And then after the second time, I said, well, maybe I should give it a try. So I tattooed a very good friend, and I liked it. I did my first tattoo, and then I was like, this is my thing. And then I just kept on. And
that's crazy. So it was not in the plan at all to begin with. When did tattoo salons start having these customized tattoos? When did it stop being about the catalog?
Well, it kind of started there. The girl who taught me, she already kind of started doing personalized drawing for the clients and stuff like that. And after a while there, I think after 5 years of apprenticeship, and I kind of left and then opened my own shop with my then girlfriend at that time. And one of the things we had was that we would not have flash.
Okay.
So that was the idea of the shop, that we would not have like the other shop, like having flash-based drawings. You could come in and then you could describe the kind of what you wanted as a tattoo, and we would kind of analyze it together with the client, and then we would do the drawing and then the tattoo with the client. So it's something completely new when I started that, and that was in I would say 98 or something like that. Or something like that. When I opened my first shop, yes.
Yeah. And what is do you remember what your first tattoo was?
I do.
That you got?
I did something on myself when I was working in New York.
Of course you did. Is it visible?
No,
okay,
it's not.
Then we leave
cover
it.
up.
It's okay. Then we leave it at that.
Could get naked.
No, it's fine. It's okay. Is it hard tattooing yourself?
It sucks. It's not hard. It's just that you have to do damage on yourself. So you know you're gonna hurt yourself, but you have to keep the needle in. That's it. The first tattoos I did on myself.
Okay.
Yes, practice I tried on myself.
Yeah. But you've got full.
I don't got
sleeves?
full. I get, because I'm always diving and I'm always in the sea, so I don't want to get tattooed.
Alright, fair enough. But do your tattoos mean anything? Do they have meaning?
They mean,
behind
of
them?
course, they mean. I think all tattoos should have a meaning. If not, it's just kind of following a trend and can be boring. So, yes, my tattoo means something. Mine, in my history, how I grew up with the different cultures, religions, kind of lost childhood, life and death, stuff like that. The dark side and the good side.
But I find that great because I think many people look at tattoos still to this day and say, oh, it's just, it's a waste. Why are you doing this? Think about how you will look when you're older. But what they don't understand is that it is our stories being told, and it's a form of self-expression.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, people can opinion whatever. I don't care. But I do find a lot of people recently that people come in and say, I just want to get some tattoo.
But then do you ask? Do you always ask your customers?
I always try to find a story behind the tattoos. But recently there's a lot of people who gets tattooed without any stories, which is okay also. I mean, it's the way of marking their body. But I like to have a story behind it.
Are there any designs that you refuse to do, that you're so sick of, that you just don't want to do anymore?
Not really.
Or what about places or designs that you think will just not be a good idea? Do you then voice your opinion to the customers?
There's this very typical trend that people have getting rib cages tattooed with tiny letters, which sucks because the skin is really bad there, and in 5 years' time, it's going to be thick letters because the skin is meant to extend. Part of the body is meant to go fat, go back in, or whatever. It's a flexible skin, so it's not a good skin. It's good for big designs, but it's not good for small designs. And I hate tattooing rib cages. I could advise people not to, and people won't listen to me. So
basically, when people come in, you give your opinion, but then at the end of the day, it's still their decision.
Of course, it's there still. I'll try to give my best opinion always, and I'll try to do the best I can always. But at the end of the day, unless it's something that I say, no, this is not. Like, I put my name on my tattoos. So if I have to do an ugly tattoo that I know is going to look not nice, I'm not going to do that. Because people are going to say, oh, who did that? And they're going to say, they're not going to say the shop's name, they're going to say my name.
That's true.
So I don't want that. So.
What makes your style then your style? What makes it specifically richer?
My biggest thing is my lining. I like to have a tattoo that's started, and you can see it like with the outlines. You can say, okay, this is nice. I can just leave it like that.
Okay.
I think that's you can. I have a special style. You can see a lot of people can recognize my tattoo, and also before. I used to have a very specific style. It was kind of very cute, and it was kind of evil cute.
Okay.
Yes, like evil puff girls and stuff like that. So I used to do a lot like that, and then I changed because I got tired. Because I am Gemini, so I get tired very fast of things. So I like to switch from one style to another. So as it comes for style, I have. And I can work in different styles. Like now, I'm very into witchcraft stuff and black metal stuff. But it's not that I tattoo that all the time. When I can, when I do convention, I have my very specific style. It's all black work and very specific designs. But in general, I kind of tattoo whatever.
And you recognized a piece that you had done about 10 years ago. Is like a tattoo artist's work, is it like a handwriting that you recognize? You could, if you looked at all my pieces, would you be able to recognize which ones were made by you?
Yes, probably would.
That's so cool, because to me, I don't understand how that's possible, but I guess it's like how people would recognize handwriting from one person to another.
I recognize other people's work also, and you have a specific style when you tattoo, so you can see what you do. I guess.
Cool.
People have to categorize you into a style. I hate that question. What style do you tattoo? I'm like, whatever I like. But people need, and social media put them into boxes. Like, if you have a very different kind of feet with a lot of different tattoos, it's very likely that people won't understand what you're doing.
Okay.
Which I find very sad, because you're very limited people. It has changed in it that in the aspect that it's normal now. Everybody has tattoos. It's very strange to see people that has no tattoos nowadays.
Yeah, it's much more.
It's become a trend. Is accepted in the culture.
Yeah.
And before it was not that accepted, like the typical thing, like criminals and stuff like that. In the 90s, it was not that. In the 90s, 80s, we kind of getting out of that. It was still there, but there was a different approach to it. And then there was this kind of huge boom where everybody got in big, small tattoos.
Okay.
I remember like doctors and everybody's getting small tattoos. Something, just whatever. The history behind it is still the same. I mean, people get tattooed because they want to remember something or they want to mark themselves. So they're basically still the same.
What stereotypes do people have connected to tattoos and also connected to your profession?
I don't know. I think people think I work 24 hours so they can send me messages at 4 in the morning that I'm always awake and I never sleep and I'm always doing. Okay. So there was a moment that we kind of fucking rock stars.
Yeah.
Yes,
are you saying that's not true?
It was true, I would say. Yes, maybe it is. I don't know.
But I think it all goes back to what you said before about putting everything in boxes and basically generalizing, and that's not what we should do.
I think we, as tattoo artists, and I remember when I started getting tattooing, it was about being different from normal people.
Okay.
But then nowadays, what is normal? Tattooing it's a lifestyle. It's a way of living. It's a kind of freedom you have. As a tattoo artist, I can travel everywhere where I want.
That's true.
I can work wherever I want. So it is freedom you have. I think that's kind of what we wanted in the first time.
What would you say is your cultural identity?
Well, I really like the word global citizens because at the end, I think as a mixed person, say it like that, with two different cultures. When I was younger, in my case, I always struggled between where was I from, where is my culture from. I was born and raised in Denmark, so I feel Danish, but I have this Sri Lankan side of me also. I remember when I moved to Spain, it was like, but here I'm happy also. So I kind of noticed that it didn't really matter where I was from, or where my culture was, where it matters where I was happy at. So at the end of the day, if I'm on some island, I would probably be happy.
So basically, to feel like you belong, you'd feel like it doesn't have to be in your blood. It can be somewhere that you feel comfortable in, somewhere that you make your home.
If you ask me where I'm from, I would say Denmark.
Just Denmark?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up traveling and my parents took me everywhere. At the end of the day, I feel happy wherever I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that makes it easier, that helps.
It makes it much easier.
What traits do you see in yourself that you can say, oh, this is from Denmark, this is from Sri Lanka, maybe even this is from Luxembourg?
My patience, my way of logic thinking is very Danish. My spiritual side is very Sri Lankan. So yes, I picked up those things and that kind of made myself. So
it molds you in a different way when you're used to seeing various ways of living, because it's not... Often people think it's just their culture, it's their way, everything else is wrong, everything else is just,
I think when I grew up, you see that. It's when you hear conversation with people, you kind of, that's when you realize that you're different, culture-wise, because you probably travel much more than other people and you've seen other things. You've seen very poor countries, you've seen very rich people. So you have these different views and perception of things. and values.
Do you find yourself having friendship circles that are mostly people who are in your line of work?
No.
Or so it's like you said, you kind of distance yourself a
It's
little
not
bit.
that distant, just that I don't know why it is. I have no idea.
It just happened.
It just happens. I hang out with my coworkers in Spain a lot. We have a very strong bond, even though we haven't worked so many years together. Actually, my friendship I have is all around my dog.
Your dog?
Yes. So.
Please elaborate.
That's my social network.
Okay, your dog.
My dog. So I go to the park with my dog, and then you have to interact with people.
Oh yeah.
And in Spain, there's always bars everywhere, so you sit down, have a beer, blah blah blah. So
And the dog is like, "Hey, we were supposed to go for a walk. What happened with that?"
we did the walk, but we have the same cat.
We do.
That's crazy.
We do.
That's so weird.
So basically, you tattooed my cat. So basically, you also tattooed your cat.
My own cat, yeah. You have to post some pictures of that.
Oh, of course. Oh, I think everybody who knows me has seen it 100 times.
Yeah, but they haven't seen my cat.
Well, they have through this.
My dog and my family is the world to me, that's for sure. I love my dog.
And your cats.
And my cats.
I mean,
I'm not a cat person.
so we're done here. Richard, what is the advice that you give people who want to get a tattoo but they are not
Don't
sure?
get tattooed.
Yeah, that's my question.
No. One of the things people I see is people kind of ask first prices before what's in what kind of style or what tattoos you do. They would ask, how much would you charge me for this?
Okay.
You should not look so much at the price, but you should look at what kind of tattoos the tattoo artist is doing. Check the book, look at the pictures, see if that's the style you like. Because now today you're lucky that you can choose between the styles, and you have so many things that you can choose from.
Yeah.
So I would definitely first check out portfolios, Instagram, social media, what the guys does, and then our prices are more or less standard. It can go to from normal 150 to 200 an hour, which is something very normal in Europe. So sometimes you have this saying that in Spanish, lo barato sale caro, and that means the cheap at the end is more expensive. So
yeah, I was gonna say.
Sometimes people go to cheap tattoo places,
Yeah.
and then they get a crap tattoo, and then they have to get it covered or fixed or whatever. And especially like conventions, because they don't look at the portfolio because they're more worried about, I want this tattoo, and then they're looking for whoever can do it for a price that fits their budget instead of waiting. If they don't have the money, then wait.
Yeah.
Save up.
No, it's true. There are parts of life where yes, you can get things for a lower price and it's worth it. But I would definitely say a tattoo is not one of them because it's on your skin forever.
And also, people say, yeah, but it's so expensive. But you have to think of the work that we put into to the tattoo, to the designing, to the composition, everything. It's not copy and paste. We don't get things from Google. I have to draw everything. I have to think of the composition.
Yeah.
And I spend a lot of hours. I mean, my day life is I wake up 6:30 in the morning and I start drawing.
By the way, the beautiful same but different logo. Hey, we're gonna put your links down below. So Richard, what makes you happy?
My life makes me happy.
That's beautiful. Yeah, life is beautiful.
I think I'm very lucky to work in something that I like.
Sure.
I get to travel.
Sounds pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, and also life is really short. So if you get to work in something that you really love, then that's already
already a
a
plus.
blessing.
So.
Yeah, definitely. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Stay out of trouble. Yeah, definitely.
He says and scratches his head.
Stay out of trouble.
What motto do you live by? So what's your life slogan?
Be happy. You cannot make other people happy if you're not happy yourself. That's the way I live.
But Richard, why do people overcomplicate life? Because at the end of the day, what you say, that's what it's all about, being happy and, you know, doing what you love. So
I think
why?
it's very simple. You have certain values and people overthink or they want more and more and more, and that drags them into more complicated situations. You can have bad moments, but everything leads to something positive. So even if you get, if you have a bad breakup or whatever, it will teach you something. It will teach you at the end. You will have learned something from whatever has happened. So you have to think that at the end of the day, everything is. You can turn it into something positive and something useful. So.
What are you proudest of in your life?
My kids.
Oh.
Definitely, I would say my kids is.
Beautiful. Oh. Yeah.
I couldn't have hope and wish for better kids than I have.
That's so cute. Well, they have a great father for sure.
They have.
The modesty is like. Richard, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure as always talking to you. And guess what? It's over, so you can eat more of your candy now.
Yes. She gave me a bag of candy. She bribed me to stay here.
I did. Thank you so much. Can we at least finish? You haven't just started.
We didn't finish yet.
I'm saying goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. See you again soon. Thank you, Richard.
Thank
you may eat your candy.
Take good care. And come get tattooed.
Don't get tattooed. Yes, come. Richard is the best. We'll put your details below.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Bye. Start eating.
No, I can eat.